Hey, good afternoon, friends and family. This video is being posted to come up with some ideas on how we can help the black community get away from police brutality and racism. I want to make it clear, everything that we're doing right now, we are doing exactly what we need to be doing. We're standing up for what we believe in. We're not backing down. We're protesting. There's a lot of companies and organizations out here that are putting their resources and their ideas and thoughts together to make sure that this does not continue, right? Um, in addition to that, I'm posting this video so that um I can bring up some new challenges. I just want to challenge America, the black communities and black America on some things that I think that we've heard of, but we never really got into doing it, you know. So let me get right into it. Protesting is something that we always go to when things don't go right, and rightfully so. Protesting allows you to allow people to hear your voice, hear your cry. We get to say exactly what we want, exactly what we need, and what we're looking for. We work together. They see people in groups thinking and believing in the same thing. So it puts pressure on the powers to be to make something happen immediately. So protesting, in my opinion, right, is kind of like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. Still necessary. We still need it, but we know that we got to do way more than protesting to get what we want in America, right? My first challenge, how do we affect America's money? It's my first challenge. It's my first question slash challenge. How do we affect America's money? In my opinion, you have to fight fire with fire. If you affect their money, I can guarantee you not only will we get change, but it would be permanent. We wouldn't have to deal with this 3 and 4 years down the line. After the protesting is done, after everything is done, after these guys get convicted for killing George Floyd, after all this stuff is said and done, we're not going to have to worry about it years to come. You understand what I'm saying? So what do I mean by affecting America's money, right? I'm generalizing it so I won't come off as racist. I know for a fact that every white person on this planet is not racist, so I'm not going to call names and I'm not going to assume. But we do know it's there, and that's why I'm generalizing it, okay? So back in the days, during the slavery time, way before I was born, we couldn't sit on a bus. We couldn't eat in certain restaurants. The segregation, all that type of stuff was going on. But when it came to riding public transportation that was designed by the government, we had to give our seats up to white people, and we definitely couldn't sit in the front. We had to sit in the back. So of course we're protesting. It's not fair. We out in the streets. Churches is doing what they gotta do, and we're rallying and making sure that people hear our cry and hear our voice. And nothing was really getting done. Actually, water hose was put on us. Dogs was unleashed on us. Churches was burning, lynching. All that type of stuff was going on. And it was only until somebody came up with the bright idea to affect America's money. You know what? We are no longer going to spend our money on public transportation, and we're not going to be treated equal or fair. And the moment they did that, we seen immediate change that eventually was permanent. Not one of us have to sit on the back of the bus. Not one of us have to give our seats up. Not one of us have to go through that. And that was done years and years and years and years ago. So my question is, how do we affect America's money in today's time so that racism and police brutality is not something that we're talking about 2 to 3 years from now? And I got the answer for that, or I got an idea that I think that we can build on. Just imagine this. Imagine LeBron leaving the NBA and starting his own basketball league. And I'm just using LeBron. And again, I'm just using entertainers because we have the leverage. Let me go there before I go where I'm going. Back in the days, in the slavery days, we were good for 3 days. Slaving in the field, slaving and serving in the master's house, and entertaining the master and his guest. So good, we did so good that we even do it to this day. If you look at the entertainment business, entertainment in any form of fashion does not rock without black lives being a part of it. The only difference between then and now is that we get paid for it, but it's under the same construction. That's why people can look at you and tell LeBron to shut up and dribble because that's how they really feel. Owners and some owners and some people really feel like that. They just don't say nothing. But we know that to be true, right? So just imagine, young lady comes up to LeBron and tells LeBron to shut up and dribble. Do we get mad at that, or do we take a look at the fact like, yo, you know what? They're right. Not only are you right, not only am I going to shut up and I'm going to dribble, but I'm going to take my services somewhere else. Matter of fact, I'm going to start my own basketball league. And I guarantee you that it'll be a different outlook. And I'm just using LeBron. Let's take my man Ice Cube for a minute. Ice Cube started a basketball league 3-on-3 with has-beens, and his league is successful. You mean to tell me that the brilliant black minds of the NBA, the ones that used to play and the ones that currently play, you mean to tell me that every black basketball player in the league couldn't come up with a way to start our own league that represents us? I'm going to go to football. The same thing when it comes to football. The same thing when it comes to tennis. The same thing when it comes to baseball. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about segregation. I'm just talking about having our own. The white owners of the NBA, the commissioner, and most of the people in the NBA, they are white. All of the powers that be are white. And not only do they allow black people to come and play, but they allow everybody to be a part of their experience. My question or my challenge is, why can't we do that? I can guarantee you will see immediate change on how we get treated in America once you start affecting America's money. So my first challenge. Now, again, I am a pre-K teacher. I've always been a teacher. I don't have the money, don't have the clout. I am not an entertainer. That's why I'm coming to you guys. I give back to my community by teaching. I've been teaching for a very long time. I lived in New York. I currently live in Maryland, and I currently work in DC as a teacher, as a role model, as a mentor, helping inner city children become better people in the world in which they live. That's how I give back. So please understand that I'm not just asking you to put out and I'm not putting out. I put out day in and day out, busting my behind with with not that much resources, not that much money, but I still get out there and making sure I give back to my community. The challenges to the entertainment is because you are the leverage. You have the power. So let me do this one. They asking Kaepernick to come back. Kaepernick should not only laugh at that, but he shouldn't go back. Somebody or several of us entertainers, just imagine if we can get our own football league and make him the face of our football league. Imagine how powerful that is. And then have either Puff Daddy or Jay-Z run it. Now, I'm using Puff Daddy and Jay-Z because at one time, Puff Daddy was looking to own a football team. Jay-Z is doing a hell of a job in the football in the football component, and um prison reform and all that type of stuff. So they would be good candidates to be a commissioner or a founder of a league that represents their people. We've thought about this several times. Matter of fact, let's go back to history. We were successful in doing this during the times when we were segregated. Remember, we couldn't play for none of these leagues. We've already accomplished going into the major leagues in any sport and overtaking it. We accomplished that. My challenge to us is how do we come together and make our own and invite the world to experience. Let's be clear. Every white person is not racist. Every company run by white people are not racist and believes in police brutality. I am not asking us to segregate. I'm asking us to own our own so that we have more leverage and more control in what happens in other realms and levels of our life. I want to add this on to what you guys and what we're already doing. And by no means necessary, I use athletes again because they have the leverage to do it. But we know that all these athletes do excellent things, give a lot of money to a lot of organizations to help out the community. All I'm asking us to do is come up with our own when it comes to every entertainment room in this planet. Imagine owning our own. Imagine this. Magic, Shaq, Jordan, LeBron, a combination of old, combination of new, coming together, putting their monies together to make their own basketball league. Imagine that. Imagine how powerful that is. That's my challenge. So that my children's children have a league to go to that represents them, that cares and are concerned about their well-being and what happens to them, not only on the court, but off the court. And I give that challenge to everybody, every sport, every entertainment, the hip hop world, every entertainment avenue. Imagine us coming together and making our own and see what type of change and see what type of results you get. The second challenge, we need to find a way to come together and keep this up when none of this type of stuff is going on. Let's look at our history. Like, again, we're going to do our thing now. We're protesting. We're strong. We're sticking together. We're making sure that we communicate. We're making sure that we voice our opinions. But when these people are convicted, when these police officers are convicted, when all of this kind of dies down, let's make sure that we still make that noise. We still hold that fire. We're still blazing the fire so that this does not ever happen again. It reminds me of what we go through personally. A lot of times I don't get together with my family until somebody in my family dies. And then when we go to a reunion, it's like a family reunion. We're happy to see each other. Let's not just come together because somebody died. Let's keep this up. Prevention is the best solution that you can ever be a part of. So that's just a challenge. That's the way that I think that we should do what we need to do to help our children not die in the street and to help our black families and communities thrive without racism and police brutality being a downfall for our community. But if you have other ideas and how we can affect America's money, I can guarantee you will see some big change. We would hold a lot of weight. So just subscribe. Let me know what you think. I would love for this to get to the higher ups, to the entertainers, and all that type of stuff, so we can make this happen. I know this can work. Just imagine that. Every NBA player putting their money together to build their own league. And again, we had a blueprint. Ice Cube is doing it with has-beens. And he's successful. You mean to tell me we can't do it with LeBron? Football, tennis, again, Let's just try it. We ain't never tried it. What's the problem with trying it? You know, what's the problem with coming up with our own leagues? That's my challenge. How do we build our own leagues? And I'm asking you guys because you guys been in the basketball. LeBron has been in the basketball league. He has his own businesses. He started a school. Magic Johnson is all over the place with it. You guys played it. You got the experience, the knowledge, the wealth, the resources to either make it happen or get it started. All right? So that's my challenge. How do we affect America's money? I gave you an idea, bringing all entertainers together and start our own, and then making sure that we come together when nothing is going on and staying together when nothing is going on to ensure prevention. All right? I love you guys. Be blessed. See you later.